Steel Vengeance is mid. There, I said it. And here's why. Cedar Point is my home park, so I go there a lot. I also go on Steel Vengeance a lot, so I know this like the back of my head. Not that I know the back of my head, but still. Now, this is not a review of Steel Vengeance, that'll be in a different video, but I will be going over the elements in this ride. Spoiler alert, there is not a lot of elements, which I'll also get to in a minute. Now you go into Steel Vengeance line, and the line is actually pretty good. You're inside of the ride, if that makes sense, like the ride is surrounding you. So you get distracted easily, and it makes time fly by. Now when you get into the station, the operators are, I don't know if you could call them mean, I think they're just more so doing their job, but it's very hard to ask what row to go in. I've asked about 10 times to go in the front row, and I've only gotten it once. Also, I should mention, I've never ridden Steel Vengeance before like 3 o'clock, so Steel Vengeance is always running at prime when I go on it. Now, the reason I think this ride is mid is because there's not really anything to it. It's all just airtime and some inversions and twists. Now, I guess you could say that for every ride, but this especially goes towards Steel Vengeance. Like, literally over half the ride is airtime. And to prove it, I have pulled up Steel Vengeance POV here, and I'll react to it. Now this is at 1.5 speed, and those two bunny hills in the beginning, those kind of set the tone, as you'll see here what I mean. Alright, we're at the top. Now this first drop is really good. It has airtime. Then, you have airtime, and a top hat that is filled with airtime. Then you have an outer bank that is filled with airtime. Then you have a double up with airtime. Oh, and look at that, an inversion. Alright, that's good. You turn, have airtime. Another inversion, that's good. Then double down with airtime. Twist, airtime, into the mid-course. Then you turn, airtime, turn, airtime, turn, airtime. Then look at that, cut back, 0G roll, airtime, sideways airtime, another 0G roll, cut back, then airtime, and airtime. This ride is just airtime. Alright, so I like Maverick better, so I will explain why I like it better. Well, actually, let's compare the rides. The first drop is better on Maverick. Then you twist on Maverick, which I personally like, because I like intense rides. Versus Steel Vengeance Speed Hill, which doesn't give you that much airtime, but it still does. Then on Maverick, because you're twisting, when you go into the airtime hill, it almost gets amplified because you haven't gone on any airtime yet except the first drop. So that first airtime hill is better than Steel Vengeance Top Hat. Now Steel Vengeance does have some better inversions than Maverick. Those two horseshoe rolls are just okay. But then you have a launch on Maverick, and I really like that launch. Steel Vengeance has a mid-course brake run. Alright, so on Maverick, then you go into a S-bend, and then a wave turn, and then a stangle dive, and then some airtime hills. And it is very intense. On Steel Vengeance, you just have a ton of airtime hills and two 0G rolls. Which the 0G rolls are pretty good, but it does not compare to Maverick's airtime hills at the end. Now, I've been talking all trash about Steel Vengeance, but there is good things about it. For one, Steel Vengeance has better restraints, not by far because of those dumb shin guards, but still, a lap bar is better than over-the-shoulder restraints, and Steel Vengeance is literally 100 feet taller, makes it a lot more intimidating. Alright, now this is a dumb little test that I did, but on Maverick and on Steel Vengeance, I tried to make a straight face, and I could not make a straight face on Maverick except for the two horseshoe rolls. On Steel Vengeance, as soon as we were done doing that outer bank turn, I could make a straight face for about the rest of the ride. Now I think Iron Gwazi is better than Steel Vengeance. I haven't ridden it, but by the looks of it, it looks like it will be better, because it looks to be more intense and more snappy. And I personally like intense rides more than airtime filled rides. That is why I really like Millennium Force, because you have an amazing drop, the turn, and then airtime hills are amplified. How they are amplified? Because the entire ride isn't filled with airtime hills, so the one airtime hill you do get feels a lot better than if you had 10 airtime hills. Alright, I've been ranting on a lot, so I think I'm going to end the video here. But what do you guys think? Is Maverick better or Steel Vengeance better?